Why nobody talks about this 2003 Audi RS6 C5, and kinda makes me wonder what scares people away so much, because I think the social media makes this car sound impossible to own. And I'll be sharing with you my 4 year of experience with my Audi RS6 C5. So if you're interested about this car or thinking to buy one, hang around and I'll tell you guys all my 4 years of experience with this car. And actually prior to this, I had the same car with just different color and higher mileage than this one. Anyway, stay tuned and let's jump right in the video. Is what made me film this video or come up with this idea to film this video, because honestly it's this auction online I saw yesterday. I came across on this page. It's called PC Market. I follow them on Instagram. They have absolutely amazing selection of cars, a little bit too much expensive, at least for me, and I cannot really afford much of them. But anyway, I saw this car, and since I have the same one, I was wondering how much it's going to sell for, or if it's going to sell, and see how much people they're going to pay for this thing. Honestly, 33,000 miles for a 2003 RS6 looks absolutely incredible in my opinion. I love the body style, that's why I own one. 33,000 miles. I think they brought only 26 of them in the whole US back in the day. So almost 34,000 miles anyway. But anyway, super rare car, to be honest with you. Very rare. Look at the condition of it. Looks absolutely beautiful inside out as well. 33,000 miles, almost like new. You almost never come across these type of cars. And I was just triggered me so much to see how much people they're going to pay for. Any guesses, please leave in the comments down below. Without going forward of this video, pause it and comment how much you think. But I'll tell you right now, and that's what really made me make this video, because it drove me crazy, because I think people don't know this car and they are scared about this car because the internet makes it sound it's impossible to own this car. And let me tell you, most people, they don't know much about this car, or they didn't live with it to experience it. 4 years of ownership, all I have done is just an oil change. That's about it. I haven't had a single problem except a small gas leak, which I'll get into it in a moment, but it never left me stranded anywhere. Nothing. And that's what drives me crazy. Now probably you're gonna say, oh, you don't daily drive it. Yeah, it's not a car to daily drive, or at least I don't daily drive it because I love it too much. And honestly, that's the only reason. It's not for any other reason. It's just I love it too much and I don't want to drive this thing daily. And also any V8s or sports sedans, they're expensive to maintain. But anyway, before we get into this other stuff, I want to tell you guys how much was a higher bid. I don't know if you can see, $23,000. That's pretty insane to me. If I knew it, I'll totally buy for this much of money. I don't think it's sold, but if I knew it, I'll totally buy it for this price. I absolutely will. I don't mind to have a second one in a different color. I really don't mind for this much of money. I know how good of a car it is, and I know once this car becomes classic, it's just gonna go up in price, like by a lot. Like I really mean it, because I don't think this car really it's getting the right amount of attention, or I don't think people, they really know this car well. I think you have to really own one for quite a bit of time and kind of to understand, because the headache sometimes you might come across, this car will make up for it. I really mean this, because this is not the only RS6. This is my second one owning, just the different color I had. But anyway, let me tell you guys some of the stuff where this car can tend to break, or the most common ones, if you're planning to buy one, because it's really hard to come across a car like this where it's not modified and less than 100,000 miles. And that's why triggered me this red RS6 so much and filmed this video, because really when I saw this, it just was mind-blowing. I really cannot understand it. But if you're planning to buy a car like this, some of the stuff you have to look for it is the timing belt replacement, because every 35,000 miles it's required to change it. But to be honest with you, if you don't mistreat the car, honestly, you can stretch it a little bit more. Another thing is the torque converter as well. But even if it's a higher mileage and the previous owner done the work, honestly, you should be totally fine. And again, these cars, once they're over 20 years old, you kind of still to be careful a little bit. It's not like you're going through them around like crazy, like brand new ones. You still have to be gentle. I honestly, I don't do anything crazy, except sometimes I still press the gas pedal, but I don't try to do donuts and some crazy stuff to abuse this car. I really don't do that, because I really love it so much, and I don't have the heart to do that kind of stuff in this car. Now, again, it's not like I don't throw it at all. Even in curves, sometimes I push it pretty hard, but nothing too crazy, to be honest, because again, I love it too much. Some other stuff in suspension as well can be a little bit headache and hard to come across with OEM one, even though many people say to go with aftermarket one. So I personally haven't had any problems with it in 4 years, so I don't really know what to tell you much about that. But everywhere I see and read online, everybody talks about the suspension as well, can be a little bit of headache and all that, which I can understand. But again, 4 years of ownership, and even the previous one, I didn't have a single problem with the suspension. Also the turbos as well, that I can understand, because for that, if the turbos go bad or they break, honestly, you have to pull the engine out, and that becomes a lot of work and also time and money as well. So another one I'll say, which I'm currently having with this car, it's the evap. I have a small leak in the trunk, and that's kind of the only thing it's broken in this car, and some other cosmetic little things. But this gas leak, it's a little bit of work as well, because I have to lower the back diff and pull the gas tank, lower it and fix it, see what's the problem. But honestly, not that big of a deal. This stuff, it's normal. And some other stuff I'm not going to go through, because any sports sedan or any V8s, they're more easy to break than a regular car. This car, it's not meant for everyone. Yes, there's certain cars more expensive or more complicated than other ones. But you tell me one V8 or one sports sedan where you threw them like crazy around the corners and they still don't break. You tell me one. And especially the old ones too. The Mercedes AMG, the 2003. Also, you have to be gentle. The BMW E39. Also, you have to be gentle. They're not any more new cars to throw them around like the new ones. But I think the quality of the build of the car, inside out, it's absolutely amazing considering how old it is. And it's still aging absolutely incredibly, in my opinion, this car. It's just timeless, in my opinion. Except a little screen right here in the back. I'm really not a big fan of it. On mine works, no problem at all. But some of the cases I heard, the pictures, they go out. But other than that, I honestly like this car. It's timeless. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the steering wheel as well. No buttons or anything. You get pedal shifts on the steering wheel. Look at the dash, how beautiful. I don't get carbon fiber in this one, but I love it like this as well. I don't know, like, it just drives me crazy because the internet makes it sound impossible to own this car, and it's driving me nuts. Any German cars especially, they're expensive to own and expensive to maintain. All of them, new ones, old ones, they're all of them expensive. As I mentioned, there's some of them more, some of them less. But for what it offers, this car, and how special and rare it is, it will make up for the headache. Now, I hear people doing a manual swap. Hey, if you really want to do that, fine, good for you. I honestly like to keep this one, at least because since it's a low miles, I would like to keep it stock. I really don't want to put anything on it, but I think I'll buy another one and probably will see what I'll do to it. But I don't know, it just breaks my heart to see the C5s being parted out. It really bothers me so much because I feel like people, they don't know this car so much, and it's sad because a car like this will never be produced again, and it's just passing by to a lot of people and being scared not buying this car. I don't know, it just drives me crazy, and that's what me make this video. When I saw like this almost a brand new car with this much of horsepower and fun for $23,000, that's pretty insane. I still cannot digest that. I don't know, man, it's just too good of a car, this one, honestly. 450 horsepower and 415 pound of torque might not sound much, but let me tell you, it's not the fastest one in the straight line, but once it's up and going, this thing can go very, very quick. It's a heavy car, but it moves. It doesn't feel that heavy once you're up and going. Yes, in the 0 to 6 it's not the fastest by nowadays standards, but it goes, and it's still plenty of power, and it's not a car for this to go and race everybody in the street, even though a lot of people, when I go out, they want to race with me, but it's not for racing. It's not like to go compete with fast new cars. It's not that. For me, it's just the beauty, the exclusivity, and the uniqueness of this car. For me, I love it so much, and I can sit here all day tell you guys good stuff about this car. I really can sit here all day and enjoy my time sitting in. I really enjoy, since I'm saying all of this, I enjoy sitting on it because it's simple and yet beautiful and elegant to be. As I said, to most people it might just seem just another regular car, but to me it's just more than that, to be honest. And that's why I decided to make this video and see and try to make you understand it's what the internet says. It's not all true, basically, about this car. So my conclusion is, if you can afford a V8 in general or any German cars, I highly suggest to buy one of those. It's just too good of a car for how much it costs. Now, if you can find a car with lower miles and record history, I highly suggest to get one. But I mentioned those things where they tend to go bad more than other ones. And again, it is a little bit expensive maybe than some other German cars, but all of them, they're expensive to maintain, all of them. But what I can tell you, it's way more special, this car, than the E55 AMG and the M5 E39. Now, probably the BMW owners are gonna say something, and the AMG, they're gonna say something. I am AMG guy as well, like crazy. But this car, I think, and not because it's mine, it's way cooler than those two cars. I really mean it. Now, I would like to hear from you. What do you think? Because this thing, it's rare. I bet you put this or the other two German cars, the E55 and E39, probably this will get more attention than these other two German cars. Now, I don't know what you guys gonna say. Probably gonna kill me with some comments down there, but I don't mind, because that's my personal opinion end of the day, and you're more than welcome to leave your opinion underneath and say all the crap you want about this car. But it's still, I wouldn't change my mind for anything. I'll never sell this thing, and I'll probably buy another one just to have it. Honestly, it's just too good of a car. Anyway, guys, if you can afford one, buy one. Keep it there as a weekend car or fun car, I don't know. It's just too good of a car for what this car has to offer and how much it costs. Anyway, I think and I hope you found anything informative about this video. I just had to make this video because it really drove me crazy to see how cheap this car was selling for. And if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments are more than welcome, and I would like to hear your your story if you had one. And if you guys want to check out the Ferrari build, feel free to go check out the other videos, and I'll see you guys probably in the next video with the Ferrari build, and definitely way more videos about this car, because there's so much to talk about this car. I don't feel like talk enough about this car. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys soon with the next video.